Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and congratulations on the first
Thank you.
anniversary of the Taigun. You've had a reasonable amount of success with this car, and was it expected or did it exceed your expectations?
No, I think expectations are a difficult animal to please. Huh? So expectations have to be put in a context. Expectations in terms of volumes, I could have done better, especially because of the supply side challenges. We have had more than 45,000 bookings for the Taigun, but been able to deliver only 28,000. So definitely on the volume side, if supplies were better, we could have done much better than we have seen so far. But expectations from the product, I think, fully met. Right, with the kind of challenges we had in launching the car right at the time of COVID, to the different supply side challenges and all, it's been a satisfying journey. So expectations on that side fully met.
Okay, great. You did talk about the challenges with the chips, with the semiconductors. You had a small glitch with the infotainment
Yeah.
system, but you all were able to, do a makeshift to be able to deliver
No,
cars. Is that sorted out? And will now customers see delivers ease out, or is there still going to be a problem for a while?
no, I think to be clear, it was a difficult decision. When we had these shortages, especially on the infotainment system, we as a Volkswagen brand had to take a call whether to cut production or to switch over to an alternate. We decided as a brand to stick to the product promise that we had made. So we did not ever go in for a smaller infotainment system or something, and that because that was part of our promise that we made to our customers. So yes, it was a compromise that we had to make at that time in terms of maybe having lesser volumes available. But I think we made the right choice because we have maintained the image of the brand and the promise that we made to in terms of value to the customers. Uh, Quarter 3 was difficult for us, to be honest. June, July, and August, we had hardly 50% of the supply against the demand that we had. But September to December, the supplies are good. This being the festive season, we made sure that all our suppliers ramp up and provide the components that are necessary to serve the demand. So very happy to say that at least on the Taigun now, for October to December, any variant you walk into our showroom can be made available to you at very short waiting times. On the Virtus also, most of the variants are available. The only waiting period or significantly high waiting period we have right now is on the Virtus 1.5 DSG, where the demand has been unprecedented again. Huh? The demand is almost 45% of the mix. We are currently at 25% production, right? But that also we are sorting out over the next 2 months. We are increasing our production on the 1.5 Virtus as well. So I think by January we will ease out those situations as well.
You spoke about the trend on the Virtus where the 1.5 is seeing a lot of the demand. Is that so for the Taigun as well? Are you seeing demand for the 1.5 more than the 1 liter? What's the customer for the Taigun, and where do you see more of the demand?
See, I think Taigun, we got it mostly right. When we launched the car, we had planned for around 15 to 20% of the GT, the 1.5 mix. That went up to around 25 to 30%. But in the long term, we knew this is going to stabilize. Because when you launch a car, typically the demand for higher variants is high. And that is how I see it on the Virtus as well. Currently, it is trending at 40 to 45% of the demand for 1.5. But I think in the long term, it will stabilize to 30%. It is a question of now balancing this high demand with the stabilization phase that will come. That is the phase we are in. But Stygon, it has stabilized at around 25% as GT plus, and on the Virtus, I see it stabilizing at around 30%.
And customer confidence. I think that's something you've been working on to get back because, there were problems with Volkswagen customer confidence regarding the brand. How have you been able to work on that, and do you see it improving, and what's the change in that?
I think customer confidence on a brand is a combination of many factors. It is a combination of the consistency of your portfolio. It is a combination of the product quality and the kind of adherence to the brand's DNAs that you have. When a customer buys a Volkswagen, his expectation is a safe car built up to world class quality levels and a fun to drive experience. So if you are not able to provide those kind of basic expectations that a customer has from a brand, the customer does lose confidence in the brand. So that is one. Then the third and the more important part is, I think, the service and the ownership experience. That also is a part of the brand confidence that a customer has. So we've worked on all these aspects in a 360-degree way, right from making sure that our products in the Indian 2.0 met to our global promises of the core DNA of safety, build quality, and fun to drive, and they have delivered. Yeah, with the latest GNCAP rating, which is a proof of that commitment that we have with the turbocharged TSI engines. So the product promise is very much intact. Where we have worked also is on the service side. one of the major feedbacks to us was on cost of ownership. We worked heavily on that. We've reduced our cost of ownerships by almost 25 to 30%. We introduced what we call the Forever Care. Now for 4 years warranty, 4 years roadside assistance, three free services come standard with all our products. That also gives a peace of mind and a confidence on the ownership to the customer. And parallelly worked on increasing the reach of our network through more service touch points. We introduced mobile service units. We introduced more than 100 Volkswagen assistance cars. So it's an all-round effort. But I think ownership experience is something which is a continuous journey. You cannot say I've reached there, right? Once you reach there, customer expectations typically move ahead, right?
Yeah.
So you have to continuously keep on enhancing, look at areas which need improvement, and keep on working on them.
Well, you've definitely done the 5 stars for safety here. Can we expect that of the Virtus as well, built off the same platform? And like you're saying, you're keeping to your core DNA. So going forward, can we see, all products from Volkswagen where safety is of utmost priority and you're looking for that 5 star rating?
Definitely, that's the aim. We wouldn't settle for anything less.
Okay, perfect. Also, coming to the future, you've seen a reasonable amount of success with the SUV. The Taigun has been, and there's the MQB platform. So, what do we see going forward? Is it more in the SUV direction? Because sedan's still not very easy to sell in our country.
I think, globally, Renuka, you know this more than me, that the trend is definitely towards SUV body style. And not only the classic SUV body style, there are a lot of variations coming in the crossover. You have a crossover sedan with a slightly sloping roof. So when I say SUV, it is a combination of all these evolving body styles as well. So definitely that's the way to go ahead. Even in the electric portfolio, you see more propensity towards SUV body style. So definitely SUV is something which we will continue to focus on. But at the same time, the Virtus has shown us that there is still a sizable number of customers who prefer sedans.
Yeah.
Right? We all believed that sedans is going down, but I think there are customers who really love the quintessential car.
So, what's your growth projection for the Virtus?
So I think if I see currently we are at around 16 to 17% of the segment, the mid-size sedan segment, and our aspiration is to be at around 20 to 22%. That's what we are aiming to.
You spoke about electrification. A lot of people are taking one step in between and going towards hybrids. So, from Volkswagen, what do we see? Hybrids, or are you going straight to EV?
I think this has been made clear by our global positioning of the brand as well. We have the technology, we have the full stack available to go full electric, right? We don't have to take an in-between step. We have developed our capabilities to be able to take that full leap, right? So that is very clear. We will go full electric, no hybrids or anything for us. We have the technology and the products available.
That's fine. I'm talking new product. But what about existing products?
Yeah.
Like moving forward, would you look at a stopgap solution, or then are you looking at all new
I think
platforms?
electrification for the Volkswagen brand, at least in India, I see it as a 2 or 3 step journey. The first step would be to bring limited volumes of our global portfolio as FBU. Second step would be to move towards local assembly through parts and components route in higher volumes. And the third and the ultimate step, if you want to get scale and volumes, is localization, which I see happening not before 2026, 2027. Because even if you start today, it's a 4 or 5 year time period which you need to develop your local supply chains, to localize, to build the infrastructure around it. So the mass electrification only in the second half of the decade, but we are accelerating our plans on electrification. India has accelerated a lot on electrification. 2 years back, none of us imagined the kind of momentum we see on electrics in India. So definitely we take cognizance of that fact. Our global board also takes cognizance of this fact, and we are moving fast towards it.
When do we see the ID4 then?
Won't commit a timeline, but soon.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.